Hi guys, it's Guy over here from Clan Chimera, and I'm just doing a little video for all of the new players to our game. But firstly, welcome to the world of For Honor. We've got many game guides and character guides and things like that, but this is just like giving you a brief overview of things that just starting out, things that you should be looking for and trying to avoid. Just tips and starters basically. When I started playing the game, a friend of mine was on hand to give me these advice, so we're just here to return the favour basically. So first point is try out a few characters, see who you may like, see how it fits. Don't be afraid to smash up quite a lot of bots in the training. The how to fight section sort of details how to do the moveset, but have a good play around. Important thing to notice is that you can play any character. You don't need to pay still to unlock them. They're all ready to go, possibly with the exception of the new characters which are just coming out. On the subject of steel, it is the in-game currency. You can earn all in-game. You don't need to pay to win like some games, but it is at a premium. The best way to do it is to just keep completing the orders, the daily orders, which is also good because they tend to be quite varied, and it will make you play a range of characters and playstyles. The other thing you'll be looking for is scavenger crates, which you can get via rewards, or you can do it by completing missions in the story mode. These scavenger crates unlock gear for your characters. An important point is not to waste scavenger crates, or steel for that matter, upgrading low level armor. The reason for this is that when you use a scavenger crate, it will give you items and gear which is relevant to your rep level. So the higher rep level, the higher level gear you get. Personally, I wouldn't recommend using a scavenger crate until you're rep 7 when you're looking at the legendary gear then. Also as well, it's not worth upgrading the low level gear because you're going to replace it 3 or 4 times at least. So whilst it might be tempting, you think you're getting an edge, probably not really a beneficial use of your steel. On the topic of gear stats, all of the stats are only activated by default in games over 4 players. So the death matches, skirmishes, eliminations, etc., all of that, the gear stats are turned on by default, but in duels and brawls they are not. So the best way to play this game is with friends. You can set up little friendly fight clubs such as this, where you can practice. You need to practice obviously your parries, counter guard breaks. You can do it at your own leisure. It's a little bit more forgiving, and especially at lower levels, the search parameters are going to be more likely to find lower skilled players or newer players, rather than going into the big games. It tends to sort of diversify, so you're more likely to get paired with big characters. Now this is a relatively oldish game. It's been around quite a while, and it's quite a highly skilled game, so the learning curve is pretty steep. So you can expect to die and die a lot more, but stick at it because it's so rewarding, and ultimately you win or learn. At the end of the day, pick up from your mistakes, and the best way of doing that is with friends in any game. Essentially you're playing with friends, you're having fun, and you're learning. So if you have got any pals that are playing, then grab them. If you haven't, then yeah, just hit up some friend requests for people, duel, and you can there's plenty of experience here to learn from. It's just a case of yeah, put yourself out there, keep yourself in the mix. And there's plenty of Facebook groups and other social media and such, forums and Reddits, where you can get hold of people. At the moment there's a 5k steel reward for a mentoring program, which is a great addition, particularly in a game with such a steep learning curve. So you'll find people quite helpful at the moment because everyone wants that steel. Right now, just around the corner, in the next week or so, you got new characters coming out, you got new game modes. Don't worry guys, you're not on your own, because we're all going to die an awful lot more while we all work out the new characters. So don't worry, yep, you will die, but you will get better. So once you've had a few duels and you've settled on a character that you quite like, sort of got used to the game mechanics, you've had a couple of brawls or whatever, and you fancy going for the big games, Basically, you've got death matches. You've got essentially capture the flags, or the equivalent of. We've also got a new game mode coming out, which is to do with capturing artifacts and such, and bringing them back. So again, that's a new one for us all. So that'd be interesting to see how that one pans out. When you do go into these games, one of the most important things to do initially is don't try and be a hero. It's going to take a while before you're at the level where you can just start taking on 3 or 4 people at a time. It's not fun, and you will die. I mean, it's great when you do it, but generally speaking, you want to be going around with the team. I'm not going to go too much into that because we've got a pretty in-depth series on Dominion and how best to up your kills and deaths, etc. You can find that on the channel and many other videos, hopefully, which will help you all. And for now, we're just going to give you a couple of minutes of team gameplay. And personally, I think the games play best. It's my favourite element. I mean, you'll take what you want. Everyone takes something different from it. You'll have your hardcore duelists and such, and you'll have your team players, and you know, there's many clans out there and things that you can join. Just get involved, guys. Participate. Like I say, there's never been a better time at the moment with all the new additions and thriving community and such. There's pretty regular content updates with new executions and stuff, and currently Ubisoft are reworking a lot of the original characters, giving them new moves and animations. They're constantly working on nerfing and updating certain characters and abilities and whatnot. So I'm just going to leave you with a little bit of team gameplay, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've been Guyver from Clan Chimera. See you all on the battlefield. Peace out.